HPCL in pain this morning, 5% lower for the stock. Let's go across to the management. Mr. Surana is addressing the press.
Total, it is to be economic basis. No, because the Brent and WTI differential in between had gone more than $5 or so. So that may start compensating for the freight. So like IOC has recently imported.
There have been discussions between government and oil companies over the recent spurt in.
Yeah, we'll come back to. We'll come back to. Let's finish up the HPCL part. I'll come back to you.
So taxes for
Yeah.
FY18 because most of the products are not under GST.
So we had around 300 GST.
370 crores.
370 crore. We had to. The credit which we could have got otherwise had the GST been in. Petroleum products would have been in GST, which we could not get the set off. On the revenue side, 370 crores annual.
Sir, is Iraq your biggest supplier?
From the July onwards, means July onwards. There is on the revenue side, capital expenditure. I am not.
Another 100 crores.
He's asking.
Yeah.
Iraq your biggest supplier?
Iraq is our biggest supplier. Iraq followed by Saudi Arabia.
So what is the numbers last year?
Around 5.
This one I'll just.
Yeah, around 5 million ton.
Iraq.
5 will be Iraq, 4 will be Saudi Arabia, somewhere that number.
These will be maintained this year.
Yeah, yeah.
So have there been any operational gains because of the integration with ONGC?
No, we are still in the early stages of that part. So right now we are discussing the overall synergies in terms of some of the downstream companies which they have, as well as some of the products which they have, as well as some of the products which we supply and they use. Okay, so all the three areas we are working on it. There is already the teams which are working on the whole synergy part of it, and we are also actively looking at MRPL part of it because that is directionally makes value addition to the group. So realization will take some time. We already initiated action which will give to that realization. So in last year there is no benefit as of today because the transaction itself happened on 31st of January.
So when you say that you're actively looking at a merger of MRPL with HPCL or integration of the two companies, so when exactly?
Merger word I haven't used, I
No,
did
you
integration,
have
but yes, that
integration.
makes sense. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Integration that you're
Yes,
looking at.
yeah.
But by when do you think that the process is likely to be completed?
So we are already looking at the in principle we think that is the right direction, and we need to look at the methodology of doing it, rather I will put it this way, and that will go through a process depending on which way we take the transaction.
So by when it is likely to be completed?
So we
In this
will
current
try.
financial year, can we expect?
We hope.
So have you appointed any consultant?
Right now no, but we may be doing it soon. We are discussing it right now. So we have not taken it to our boards as well right now.
So will the integration be similar to the one between ONGC and HPCL, or will there be a different sort of mechanism?
I think it will be different because ONGC and HPCL.
Okay, that of course was the management of HPCL, Mr. M.K.Surana, talking about lots of things, of course. Amongst other things, he is also talking about the very contentious issue, which is of course affecting all of us, and that's of course higher fuel prices, which is something that, I guess they will have to consider when they take their price hikes.